We don't make a move here. We don't take a breath without research.
Media, messaging, creative. It's critical in everything we do.
TV is just one part of a greater puzzle, and it all has to work together.
Be agnostic to ideas and really get a great understanding of your target audience.
It used to be that Las Vegas was made up of hotels that had a showroom, a casino, and a swimming pool. 1975, 1976. Las Vegas was primarily a West Coast gaming destination where people came here to gamble. About 70% of all the visitors to Las Vegas at that time came from Southern California. Now they're full-service resorts, and what has happened over the years that we have evolved from that to being the #1 convention destination and travel destination in the world. We have world-class dining and shopping and spas and golf, entertainment, special events. So that is what we're selling now, is the experience of Las Vegas. What is Las Vegas? It really is the brand. It's the excitement that we have. It's the buzz that we have. There's no other city like it. 10, 12 years ago, we were basically selling product. We were advertising the new product of Las Vegas, what the hotels had added. We made a decision collectively with the agency that we needed to go into really the branding of Las Vegas. What does Las Vegas really mean to our customers and non-customers, and how do we take that brand and be very effective in a marketplace? We needed to really find out what was that essence of the brand, and so a tremendous amount of research went into that brand experience. What did it mean to people? And as part of that evolution of going from product advertising to brand advertising, we needed to have a fully integrated program so that our public relations campaign mirrored and reflected our advertising campaign.
Yeah, hi. I was wondering, can I get a wake-up call tomorrow morning, please? 8:30 a.m.? Yeah, the thing is, I was wondering, can I get that to go to my cell phone instead of my room? Well, here's the thing. I'm not quite sure if I'm gonna be in my room tomorrow, so I just thought if you could call my cell phone, it would cover all bases. Please.
How did we get our client, its board of directors, and anybody else that was putting $1 billion in investment on the ground on the Las Vegas Strip? How do you get them to buy into this? And it wasn't easy. I mean, I will tell you that we spent a lot of hours going over our brand planning documents and showing them what it means to be considered a brand rather than what it means to market as a product.
Airport?
Yes.
Well, my name is Jim.
I just love the smell of your limo, Jim.
Oh, yeah? Well, it's a new car.
I love that new car smell.
Yeah, I wish it was mine.
It smells so good, Jim. This leather.
Here we are.
I'll meet you at the polo match at 2, okay? Yeah. I know. Well, Mommy's going to meet me at the airport, huh?
The idea what happens here stays here was kind of 2 or 3 or 4 years in the making. It all started around the year 2000 when we conducted about a year-long account planning exercise to discover what the emotional connection between Las Vegas and its customers was. Rather than hardware, buildings, showgirls, and neon lights, we discovered that this idea that people were free to do things and see things here in town was the emotional connection. That's what made Vegas different. And on a day during that summer, a couple of the writers came in, Jason Hoff and Jeff Candido, and said that they had come up with the same thing almost on the same day independently of one another. And they threw out this line, "What happens here stays here." And at the time it sounded great, but if I were to tell you that at that time I knew it was going to be what it turned into, I'd be lying to you. We tested that along with probably 200 others, but it kept rising to the top. The power of the line, "What happens here stays here," I think comes from 2 places. Number one is it's true. People hear that, they connect it to the destination of Las Vegas, and they automatically agree with it. They go, "Oh yeah, Vegas, we do things in Vegas we don't want to talk about at home."
No one knew how it was going to be received. Our research had showed us that it was popular, that people liked it, they thought it was funny, they got it, they got the joke.
When we first presented this idea to the client, we were greeted, I don't want to say with skepticism.
He said, boy, should this really be what we do?
The advertising folks were nervous about it.
He basically fell on the floor, and we had to show him the rest of the ads, focused down, because he was laying up there on his back.
We were nervous about it as well.
We had some very long, silent moments in the conference room.
It is imperative, I think, that you take risk, but with the risk comes a lot of homework, a lot of detailed research.
This campaign wouldn't have happened without research, without account planning, talking to our visitors. We showed the rough cuts to groups. We tested with and without the line what happens here stays here. Thank God they said, no, you got to have the line in there. It totally ties the whole thing together.
So you guys, how was Vegas?
Well, I don't think that we have ever eaten so much.
The restaurants are amazing. Amaril's a genius. He's very creative.
And the roasted venison loin at La Cirque was just, I'm going to say, succulent.
Ted really had his fill of the loin.
People ask us who wrote this campaign. The truth is our visitors wrote this campaign. And we wouldn't have known it without talking to them.
There were so many things in Las Vegas to talk about and to advertise and to market. There's got to be one common factor. So account planning played a crucial role. We involved a number of different type of planners. There were people that looked at the study of people who did travel, the people who traveled to the West Coast, people who had a tendency to travel to gaming destinations, and then obviously actually getting in with people and talking to them, watching their habits, watching their lifestyles. What do they read? How do they collect their media? What are their tendencies when it comes to travel? How long it takes them to plan travel? All of these things come into play when they go into account planning. It's a critical part, I think, for any marketing strategy.
Nobody does one thing. Nobody just sits and watches television. They watch television, they instant message, they're on the internet, they're doing 3 or 4 other things, they're checking things on the iPod. So you have to do something that grabs their attention for those first 3 or 4 or 5 seconds.
I think the challenge today is to stay focused on the idea and to stay focused on the solution and the challenge. And if you can articulate the strategy and the solution, then you need to look at every single touch point that a customer has in a day.
As with any good brand advertising campaign, we're trying to integrate multiple media and multiple channels to just get the most out of our money that we possibly can. We don't have the budgets that Pepsi and Coke and Ford and General Motors have, so we have to make everything work doubly and triply hard.
I think the success of this campaign is due to the integration of different types of marketing tactics.
The whole idea of branded entertainment has been particularly strong here in Las Vegas. We have a show on NBC every Friday night called Las Vegas. We have God knows how many poker shows that come from here. We have news stories that come from Las Vegas. We have CSI that's set in Las Vegas. That was branded entertainment. We didn't even try to get on. The networks and everybody kind of did it for us.
By utilizing PR, by utilizing sports sponsorships, entertainment sponsorships, branded entertainment opportunities, creating them as we go along in this campaign has been a huge part of the success for the campaign.
The fragmentation of messages today and obviously the advent of TiVo and DVRs has given such control and individual control to every single consumer, we can't guarantee that they're going to see our message. We have to look for alternate ways to communicate with people.
The role of public relations with